Good morning, everyone. This is Betty Bear from Betty Bear's Nomadic Travels. I am coming to you from North Central California, south of Redding, at my daughter's house. As you may or may not know, I purchased a 7x12 flatbed cargo trailer that they're building, and it was supposed to have been done the 1st of February. Well, it's not. So I am kind of hanging out, waiting for it to be finished, and they said another week or so. So we're heading over to Lake Shasta again at the state park up there to check out the water situation. But what I did want to talk to you about today is I've been a nomad for a year. January 25th was the day I set out to be a nomad. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the good and the not so good about being a nomad this last year. There are a few things there's a lot of things that were wonderful, but there are a few things that I want to talk to you about what wasn't so good about this last year. So, and this is all just my opinion on what's happened to me this last year. So let's go to Lake Shasta and let's get into our conversation. There's so many good things about being a nomad that I have discovered in this last year. I've been to 10 national parks. I've been to Zion, Grand Canyon, Bryce Canyon, Lassen National Park. I mean, there's just so many to choose from on the West Coast that I just kind of made my way. I went to the Redwood Forest. Anyway, I just made my way through kind of the western part and tried to see as many of the national parks as I could. I didn't get all of them, but I did go to quite a few of them, and I had a great time. I saw some scenery that is absolutely amazing, and you cannot appreciate that unless you're standing at the Grand Canyon. You cannot appreciate that unless you're at Bryce Canyon, Arches. It's just almost like a movie backdrop, but I did absolutely just thoroughly enjoy that. And the people that you find in campgrounds and national parks, and the people that work there are wonderful. The people that you find in campgrounds are just amazing people. 99.99% of them are just amazing. So I enjoyed the interaction with people, and then when I wanted to, I gotta be alone. When I wanted to be alone, I didn't have any trouble finding a spot where I could be by myself. The freedom to go and not even have a clue where you're going in the morning. It's like I get up and I don't have a clue where I'm going. I just think, okay, well, let's look at the map. Let's think about this, and you just, the freedom to get up and go wherever you want to go is so, for my mental health, it's just so, my little brain is so happy. It's just a happy mental health thing, and I went to, just came back from Quartzsite. Of course, you guys all know that. I went to Brian from Adventure Van Man's caravan, and I don't know how many people were there, but I think he underestimated how many people he thought would be at his caravan. He's got a huge following of people that watch him on YouTube. His name is Brian, and his YouTube channel is Adventure Van Man. If you don't know who Brian is, go check his video. Go check his videos. He is sweeter than in person than he is on video. He is just the most kindest person, and talk about have fun. We had this giant campfire every single night. Everybody just brings your chair and you just hang out and socialize and meet. I met so many YouTubers. You just enjoy each other's company, and there's no commitment to be out in the fire, because that's too much stimulation. I go out to the campfire one night and I'll just hang out and socialize, and then the next night it's like, I think I need to stay in, so I'd stay in and do my thing and have my little fire in front of my trailer, and then the next night I think, okay, I'm ready, let's do it again. And so I did it again, and just I was in Quartzsite for a month, and if you guys watched any of my videos, the first 15 days of me being in Quartzsite, I had the the big sickness. And oh my gosh, I self quarantined for 15 days, and I didn't even want to get out of the trailer. But anyway, that being said, the second 15 days I was there, I had such a wonderful time. Of course, I'm going to go back next year. And if by chance you guys, and I know a lot of my subscribers they're going to be nomads. Their trailer's going to be ready in June. My trailer's going to be ready here. My tiny house is going to be ready here. My van's going to be ready. I'm living in my RAV4, and I'm going. So a lot of you guys are going to go next year, and I hope to meet some of you, because I only met a few of my subscribers this year because I was so sick that first 2 weeks. I was just too sick. So anyway, that being said, I had a great time this last year. I've been to so many places, met so many wonderful people, but there is a downside to me. There was, to me, a couple of downsides. And let's get into that and talk about the not so good part of being a nomad. Well, like I said, there's some not so good things about this last year's for me for being a nomad. And one of the worst things that happened to me was just this last month when I got sick. I wasn't prepared, and I feel like I have all the tools I need. I felt like I was prepared for anything. All I wasn't. I got sick and I didn't have any medication. I didn't have a thermometer to check to see what my temperature was. I just had nothing but ibuprofen. I didn't have anything. So I suffered through that because I didn't want to go to the store. I didn't want to take a chance of remotely exposing anybody to the sickness. And I didn't know anybody to call and say, my daughter, oh, please, Tammy, come to help me. And help me get some medicine. Or I didn't have anybody to call. So I suffered through it. And I don't think I had to suffer that bad. But that was, I think, one of the major negatives so you need to be prepared. Have what you think you're going to need for every little emergency. One of the other things that, if you watch that video of me getting a flat tire in the desert, I'm going to put that one down in the link below and check it out. Because, I'm 66 years old. I'm 65. I'll be 66 soon. Changing a flat tire had been 20 years since I changed one. And I was 50 miles from nowhere on one side, and I was 45 miles from nowhere on the other side. And I got a flat tire in the middle of nowhere. No one stopped to help me. And it's all good, because after it was all said and done, and I put my spare on and it was flat, I still figured it out. So I got it done. So don't be afraid, which I was at the time. Don't be afraid to get in there with your knees and your elbows and figure it out. You can figure it out, but have things that you need. Have a way to jack your truck up, trailer up, whatever it is. Have the tools to get the tire off. Have the know-how to do that. So that's one of the things. Of course, I knew how to do it, but I didn't have exactly the right tools. But you know what? I had the tools to get it. So I did get it. And then another thing that you can think about when, as being a nomad, which I thought about, was even though I am an introvert and it's a struggle for me sometimes to deal with people, I did get lonely. It was lonely. Sometimes where I'd go, day after day, 5 or 6 or 7 days, and not speak to a person except thank you at a grocery store or something like that. I did feel a little lonely sometimes, but most of the time I kept my mind busy, and you guys all know I don't listen to the radio, so that my mind again does that little clicky thing, and I come up with all these ideas that I gotta do. So anyway, I did get a little bit lonely, but for me, it was very dealable, because when I did camp and I did park, and then I could relax and I didn't have to worry about driving. It was very relaxing for me. One thing, actually the last thing I'm going to talk about that's negative, and I don't want to get too much into the negative thing because there's not very many. I mean, my tiny house, I love it. Right now there's nothing in it that I would change. Of course, a couple of cosmetic things, but nothing I would change. But let's talk about the GPS on my brand new, what is it? I can't remember the name of this thing, but it's a brand new, $1,800 phone. Brand new. And the GPS on that thing, I tell you what, it takes me in places, I mean, you can see my face. It's like, I just get so irritated. It takes me places, took me off of I-5 to the side road. I ended up being in a chicken farm on the side roads of the chicken farm because it said there was a 6-mile delay on I-5 and this is the fastest route. Well, I'm sure everybody else that's traveling is doing that same thing because this chicken farm road that was dirt, my truck trailer got totally trashed. There was a freaking million people on that road. And so we're all like behind each other going, going up this side road, going up this 2-lane highway, one way this way, one way that way, up this mountainous road. By the time I got to where I was going, it was supposed to be 2 hours. It must have took me 6. And so you got to be a little bit careful. And you know, my gut told me, that's silly because I know I should think about my gut and pay attention. My gut told me, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's the right way to go. But I don't know, a 6-mile delay on I-5. I thought, well, okay, well, I'm going to do it. Well, that was a worse mistake for me and 50, 80 other people thinking the same thing. So anyway, I got where I was going. Everything was fine. But anyway, those are just a few things that were negative. And, you know, like I said, most this whole year has just been amazing for me, you know. And with my trailer, I like the fact that I can park it once of course you can't drop it in the Walmart parking lot or you can't drop it at the Home Depot parking lot and just drive off, you know. But when you're at a campground, you can park it and go wherever you want to go, you know. And that's what I did like about it. But one thing that was not so good about that is that I'm pulling a trailer. So I have, 10 foot plus the tongue and my truck, that when I went to those national parks, and you can see that in 2 or 3 of my videos on those national parks, I couldn't even get out. There was, the time of the year makes a big difference. So if you go off season, maybe it's considerably better. I thought I went off season because I went in April. I thought that was going to be off season, but not off season enough. I literally, in 2 of those canyons, those Bryce Canyon and Zion, I couldn't even get out. I just drove through the whole national park and could not get out because I literally couldn't find a place to pull over. They didn't have any parking lots that were big enough to pull off and get out, or pull off and drop your trailer and go explore the canyon. So that was a bummer. So that's something to think about if you have a trailer. Remember that you're not always going to find a place to park, unlike a van, unlike a box truck, like Brian from Adventure Van Man has a box truck. And you're just not always going to find a place to park. So anyway, it's all good. I had a great year this year. I enjoy, after I post a video, I enjoy all the comments. And you guys know I answer every comment. And sometimes if I don't keep up on it all the time, boy, when I sit down, it's like I got 80 comments that I got to answer to. But, you know, I try really hard every day to pick a few until I get them all answered. I want to thank you guys for this last year. I don't know if this would have been the right thing for me to do if I had not started a YouTube channel. And that's something to think about too if you decide to do this nomad life, is to start a YouTube channel. And, you know, I'm not good at it. I'm not even great at it, but I enjoy talking to this box. I enjoy talking to this little box. And when I'm all done with all my videos, I stick them all together and then I edit them and put a little bit of music to them. And then when I do post it, I look at it and I go, God dang it, that was great. That was a good time. And then I get the comments and I get all these people with my little likes and they hit the little like button, and then I get all that, and then I get the comments, and these people I know by name. It's like, oh, I know, I see you every single month talking to me. Every single month, you guys, or week that I post something, you guys say, how are you? And when I was sick, talk about warm my heart. When I was sick, I think every one of them said, oh, I'm so glad you feel better, because I couldn't post one. I'm so glad you feel better. I'm so glad you're better. And, you know, anyway, I'm rambling, but that's what I wanted to talk about today. We are over by Lake Shasta, and if you stuck around this far, hang out for just a little bit longer. We're going to go check the lake out to see if there's any more water in the lake than the last time I was here. And if you remember the last time I was here, I literally walked out in the middle of that lake and took a picture and took a video out in the middle of the lake. So we're going to go see if there's any water in that lake. So anyway, stick around because we're going to go check the lake out. Well, if you guys remember the spot, this is that same spot that I'm looking at that, remember, had those docks that I said, what are those? Are those docks? Well, this is exactly the same spot, and there doesn't look like there's any. Let's close up just a little bit here. Doesn't look like there's any more water in it now than there was before. Now, that's kind of scary because I'm surprised that the camp host that I talked to, he said that there an average of 8 inches a day of water is building up in the lake. Well, where? Look at this. I'm breathless because I really was thinking when he told me that, I thought we're going to see some water. Now, this isn't the lake. This is one of the fingers that comes out of the lake. But I'm absolutely amazed. This is that other place in that one last video that I'll link down below. If you can remember, actually it was snowing right here last time I was here, but the time before that too was, there was no water. This is that, remember that big long staircase that I walked down? We got water, so the guy might be right that there might be 8 inches a day coming down. So that's good. That's good. Because oh my, I was sure worried about the state of California. But yeah, see, we've got some water now. Not a lot, but we do. We have some water, so that's a good thing. But you know, no rain at all. I mean, since I came back from Arizona, no rain. And when I talked to my daughter, she said, nope, haven't had any rain. So, wow. Well, you know, a little bit of something's better than a whole lot of nothing. This is one of the same spots that I was standing at in the that one video that I linked down below too. Here's one of the spots, and as you can see, yay, there's some water in there. Wow, yay. Not a lot considering the water used to go all the way up here. All the way up there. Used to go all the way up there. But there's a resort up there that I parked. You can see the stairs that comes down, and the stairs would run right into the water. So you can literally walk the stairs down into the water. So we've got a long ways to go, but if that camp host was right, we're getting 8 inches of water. So this is the Sacramento River, which is filling up, trying to fill up Lake Shasta. Well, this is almost the same spot I was standing in that last video I was talking about. There's that bridge over here on this side. You can see how much more water's in there, which there is, because last time it wasn't so darn cold. I probably could have walked across the whole thing, but obviously I'm not going to be able to do that now because it's quite a bit of water here. And then there's that other bridge right there on that side. So I'm standing really close to where I was standing when I shot that last video. So anyway, we're getting there. A little bit of water at a time. We're getting there. So I just wanted to show this to you again. It's been almost a month. This is the first weekend or the first week of February, and I was here the first week of December. So it's been, it's been from December, the first week in December. So it's been 2 months since I've been down here. Well, tonight for dinner, we are going to have fried sweet potatoes. And I've got a fire going out there. We're going to have a steak and salad. How simple is that? Well, my dinner is done. I took that $12 steak and I cooked it on the barbecue outside. And guess what I did? I dropped it in the dirt. So I rinsed it off to see what would happen, and you know what? I'm hungry because I'm going to eat it anyway. So, sweet potatoes, fried, garden salad, and a steak, and a little glass of wine. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, I've got everything almost all packed up. I'm out here in Shasta Lake, as I said, and I slept pretty darn good last night. Bernie did too. We're going to take off and head back to North Central California, south of Redding, where my daughter's at. I've got a couple projects I want to get done with the tiny house down there, and I'm just waiting for the phone call for my trailer saying it's done so I can go down to Fresno to pick it up. So if you're new to this channel, I appreciate you watching. I just purchased a 7x12 flatbed double axle trailer. I'm going to build a tiny cabin on it. I was a carpenter for years and I've been itching to build. So anyway, if you're new, that's kind of the update on that. Thanks for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, especially my loyal subscribers. Thank you guys so much. As you know, I have well over 2,000 subscribers now, and that's pretty darn awesome. So anyway, if you enjoyed any of this video, give me that little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and that little bell icon so that you can be notified when another video's up. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to hit the road and head down south for a little bit. Bye.